You ask, I deliver. This is the story of how my first book killed my grandma, got me kicked out, and it was all for nothing because Amazon ultimately doxed me. I had a dream about a shooting down the street. I uploaded it to my TikTok as part of a storytime style series about crazy dreams that I have as an author that I may or may not turn into a book. And it got 1.3
My 12-year-old sister wanted to run away and I was like, don't do that. I'm going to bring you back to my place. So I go, I pick her up.
I had literally thousands of people asking me to turn it into a book despite the fact that I had no plans to, and I gave in to the peer pressure and decided to write the book. Fast forward 3 months and I had the entire trilogy finished. One small problem. I was 20-ish years old, completely broke, and in the heart of a pandemic. An entire year later, almost, I got a printer from my workplace and decided to print out my entire book after watching bookbinding videos on TikTok and gave it to my Oma. In other words, my grandma. A couple days later, she calls me to tell me that the book really gets her heart going. Yeah, she had a heart attack.
She got the same pain in her chest that she got the last time she had a heart attack.
I'm missing. Now, she did have a pre-existing heart condition, but she did tell me and multiple members of my family that it was because of the excitement in my book. However, it was so minor that the doctors told her that she needed to have a larger episode before they were willing to do something about it. She finishes editing the book, and she tells me that she needs book 2 and 3 so that she can have a bigger heart attack to get the attention of the doctors.
And in conversation with him and family, it has been revealed that I'm just supposed to go for it. I currently have the exact amount of money that I crunched in my bank account, which means that I am dedicating every dollar to making this dream happen.
I talked to Oma. She says, yeah, you should do it, and I quit my job to pursue publishing. I tell my roommate. She says, you're crazy, but I'm going to support you all the way. I also dedicate the first book to Oma. To Oma, you always told me that you'd keel over and die before I published a book, but you've read this one, so there it is. November 6th, 2022.
This is going to be my final Oma.
Oma dies of a heart attack. I never told her that the book was dedicated to her, and she never read book 2 or 3. In honor of Oma and her incredible legacy, I decided to push forward and I published Vacancies in Time, the first book of the trilogy, in honor of her. My then roommate tells me, I didn't actually think you had it in you. I decided to continue publishing book 2 and 3, which was probably a really bad decision, but I mostly did it out of spite. I could not actually stop because of the grief and having to process that, despite dwindling motivation and money. I pay all of my bills, and I notice I only have $415 left in my bank account. I tell my roommate, hey, I've got rent covered for March, but then I'm kind of out in the wind. Can you pray for me? Give me a little bit of support right now. I'm a little freaking out. Find out that my roommate secretly owns the house we were living in, and she comes to tell me that if I don't pay rent on time, she's gonna get her parents to come and physically remove me and my stuff. 2 days before my birthday.